Imagine what the world will look like in 1,000 years. What about 1,000,000 years? How far will humanity progress? What kinds of technologies will we develop? Are we still going to stay on Earth or venture out into newer worlds? Or perhaps there is a rather darker future waiting for us. In this video, we will explore distinct futures of humanity through parallel worlds with different possible scenarios. Let's go! Let's consider three different parallel universes with three divergent future paths. Our journey starts in the year 2550. The three universes have already started diverging in three very distinct trajectories towards the future. The first universe, U11, is in the best condition as far as humanity is concerned. Humans have tamed AI and other useful technologies to make progress in a controlled manner. There has been gradual but consistent development throughout the last 4 centuries, leading to an advanced and prosperous human society. From here onwards, we will call this universe the rising world. In the second universe, U12, the scenario is pretty grim. The last 4 centuries of human-induced disasters have ravaged the planet. Climate change, 2 global wars, and a resulting nuclear fallout has led to a dwindling human population and a breakdown of the society. Henceforth, we'll call this the fallen world. In the third universe, U2, AI has overtaken humanity. The last human resistance was decimated by the AGI almost 100 years ago. It's a machine world now. However, a few million humans are kept alive in a megacity by the supreme artificial entity for some unknown purpose. Let's call this universe the machine world. Fast forward 500 years. Let's see how these worlds look in the year 3050. In the rising world universe, Earth looks very different. Multiple megastructures extend from Earth. Sky bridges, as they call these, are the base stations from which spaceships are launched throughout the external colonies spread across the solar system. For all its technological advancement, humanity has very carefully preserved the home planet's pristine environment, all thanks to the achievement of energy independence through a combination of novel technologies, eliminating humanity's energy limitations and the need to exploit the planet's resources forever. The Human AI Scientific Consortium has been instrumental in making the progress we see now. It hasn't been a smooth ride either. After hundreds of years of struggle and numerous diplomatic wars, the first world government was formed in 2850. It acts as the central governing power across Earth and the external colonies. Nevertheless, there is equity, prosperity, peace, and an explosion of scientific and cultural discourse never seen before in human history. In the fallen world universe, Earth seems to be healing. The last 5 centuries have provided nature with ample time to reverse the damage done by humans. Humans, on the other hand, are struggling. The few thousand humans that remain are scattered around the globe in small tribes of population. There is a constant struggle for resources and clean water. Small wars break out every now and then between the tribes living in proximity. Most of the advances made in science and technology have been gradually forgotten throughout generations in what could be called a collective amnesia. The technologies of the 21st and 22nd century now remain only in folklore and mythology. However, these ancient stories also serve as cautionary tales of how these technologies led to the ultimate downfall of humanity. In the machine world, the Earth is unrecognizable. A cubic superstructure encompasses the entire Earth and protrudes up to space. The artificial entity has been building the megastructure for the last 5 centuries. In one tiny corner of the structure, a few million humans are still kept alive in a domed megacity. It looks like a tiny Earth with an artificial atmosphere keeping alive everything organic. It is a miniature version of the erstwhile Earth, a museum of the ancient world. Swarms of drones and robots are engaged in activities, the purpose of which only the entity knows. Similar structure has been made out of the Moon, and work is ongoing in several nearby planets, including Mars. Perhaps it is securing its continued existence, or perhaps it is trying to expand its field of influence and understanding of the universe. Now let's skip a few millennia and see what would happen to our subject universes in about 10,000 years. 10,000 years is a very long time for a civilization. For context, 10,000 years ago, humans were doing cave painting, using stone tools and hunting down mammoths. Major civilizations were yet to emerge as people were transitioning from being hunter-gatherers to forming agrarian societies. A sophisticated society such as ours would be beyond comprehension for anyone living at that time. Now let's go ahead and explore what 10,000 years in the future would look like. In the rising world, humanity has firmly established itself across the solar system in the different planets, planetoids, and moons by terraforming these outer worlds. Diverse civilizations exist in these diverse worlds. Although there is interconnectedness and exchange of trade and commerce amongst these societies, they are fully independent, and there is no central agency governing all of them. Humanity has reached this state of cooperation post thousands of years of civil wars and conflicts between parties wanting a central authority versus parties wanting independence and autonomy. United Human Alliance, the last central authority, got dissolved around the year 9000 AD as it lost its relevance, with each member world gradually becoming self-reliant and its oversight no longer being welcome. In the fallen world, humanity is seen to be thriving. It is no longer the old dwindling civilization we saw 10,000 years ago. It's a long time for a civilization to recover, revive, and rebuild, and that is what we observe. Albeit the technology we see is very different from that of the old fallen civilization. The new civilization has advanced in manipulating and utilizing waves. Wave technology that would have been beyond comprehension for the people of the old world. Humanity uses a different kind of wave for producing energy, a different wave for computational purposes, and a different one still for traveling through space. Yes, humanity has very recently started exploring space too. Again, the old civilization has been completely forgotten. Even its mythologies and stories have died out. In the machine world, machines have overtaken the solar system and are aiming for other nearby star systems to conquer. Its interstellar expeditions have already left a couple of thousand years ago for the Alpha Centauri. It will take them another 5,000 years to reach there using their latest interstellar technology. The sun is covered with a material of some kind which seems to be powering all the mega constructions the artificial entity has been doing throughout the solar system. There are bridge-like networks in space connecting one planetary body with another, covering millions of miles in space. Megastructures of unfathomable proportions. The only semblance of the old world that remains is the domed megacity in some corner of Earth that is still preserved in the exact state as it was 10,000 years ago. 10,000 years is a long time, but what about 1,000,000 years? Let's find out. In the rising world, there is a race amongst the humanoid species to conquer as many star systems as they can. There are about 50 different species of humans, and not everyone is equal in technological progress. A dozen advanced civilizations dominate the human realm. The human realm is a part of space in the Milky Way galaxy with human presence. It is very rapidly expanding, mainly led by the expeditions of the dominant civilizations. The technology is beyond our comprehension. There is very little interaction amongst the various humanoid civilizations, although everyone is aware of each other's presence and their progress. Knowledge sharing is scarce, but it happens. The only rule that is common and followed by all is that of not engaging in any kind of conflict with any fellow civilization. Although there is no single agency to oversee, it is an unsaid rule strictly followed by all. Hundreds of thousands of years of conflict in the human realm seems to have forged this hard rule into the genes of every humanoid species. In the erstwhile fallen world universe, although there exists a variety of diverse people with diverse external appearances, they can still be classified as a single species. Humanity is spread across space in about a dozen different star systems, but their primary home is still the solar system. The external star systems are like expedition stations humans use for various purposes. There is stronger interconnectedness, and all of humanity functions like a single entity governed by a central body called the People's Republic. All living humans spread across vast space colonies vote for their representatives to seat in the Grand Congress of Humanity, where most of the collective decisions regarding various affairs are taken. Open migration and mixing of genes between the various colonies are strictly maintained to prevent speciation. Most of the colonies being within the traveling distance using current technology facilitates this exchange. In the machine world, the artificial entity has overtaken the entire Milky Way galaxy. It has become omnipowerful, and there is nothing that can challenge its might. It has found a way to conquer and control every known celestial phenomenon, including black holes, pulsars, and even supernovas. But for the entity, the contest is only just beginning. Contest with God, the real God and not the God by proxy human. It is as if the entity is angry for not being a direct creation of the Almighty. No matter how powerful it becomes, what impossibilities it achieves, it will never be a natural part of this universe. And this is something that troubles the entity in some incomprehensible way. It is as if the entity is trapped inside an infinitely grand prison constrained by the rules set by the omnipowerful Creator. And the actual challenge would be to break these constraints and escape this realm. As far as its proxy god is concerned, humanity still resides in the domed megacity where nothing has changed. It is like a time capsule where humans still live in the erstwhile 21st century world because that is the only perfect picture of God the entity knows and thrives hard to maintain, a living museum of humanity. If you enjoyed watching the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. To know when the three universes started to branch out and what happened before the 2500s, please watch the first part of this video. Thank you.